This is Beats of Fort Wayne.
Welcome back to Beats of Fort Wayne. We got a very special guest with Los Aptos joining us. And actually, I do have... But Crazy Festival tomorrow. We had Men of the Flood earlier this year as well. So that was a few months ago. I was not here, but it was, great stuff all around.
Yeah.
If you guys want to introduce yourself,
Yeah, just go down the line if you want. Doesn't matter which way. But
For sure. What's up, guys? We're Los Aptos. I'm Juan Ortega.
I'm Johnny Rivera.
And I'm Daniel Vaides.
And what do you guys do in this band? Like, what is your role?
Well, I guess we all do a little bit of everything. I'm the singer, songwriter, also, produce and, making the content ideas, literally like all that stuff. But yeah, Johnny.
I play the bass.
and he looks cute. Yeah. There we go.
Maybe not right now, but
Danny.
And then I play the keys. Then I also help with the production of the songs, and then mixing and mastering some of the songs as well.
Fantastic. Cool. Well, I guess I want to ask how excited you guys are for this festival. And you told me that that this might kick off a tour for you guys as well.
Yeah, we're super excited. Tomorrow is the first date to kick off our small little tour that we're kicking off this year, finally for the first time. So yeah, we're starting in Fort Wayne tomorrow. Super excited for that, to be playing in our hometown at Middle Waves, at such an iconic place. If you're from Fort Wayne, Headwaters Park, since you're little, Three Rivers, whatnot. So we're super excited to be there. At the end of June, we're going to be hitting 3 cities in Texas as well. Houston, San Antonio, Dallas. In August, we hit LA. And then we're also going to be adding some other Midwest areas and East Coast. We have for sure Chicago already locked in. We have yet to announce it, but we'll announce it. And hopefully we'll hit some of the East Coast, maybe New York or something like that. But we're super excited.
Yeah, what's bringing you guys to a few different Texas cities? Do you know someone down there, or what was the draw to these Texas places?
Yeah, we actually have a good amount of our listeners from
cool.
Texas. We make our own music actually, and we have about 400,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Period.
So we have a good little following. We're super blessed and happy to have all the people who listen to us, and a good chunk of those people, when we check our engagement and stuff like that, it's from Texas, which is really cool. So
that's cool.
We're super excited to finally go down there. All the time that we'll post a video or something, somebody's always like, come to Texas or whatever. So finally we're making it happen, and we're super excited to go down there.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. And you also mentioned LA too. So is that
your
your
LA.
second most, or?
Yeah.
Mexico City,
so.
LA.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, LA for sure. Especially since our label's out there. So we're signed to Warner Latin.
Good for you.
Yeah, every time we go out there, we know a lot of the I guess a lot of our music homies too from over there, and we've done I would say showcases in the past at labels and events and stuff like that. So we've, I guess, garnished a little bit of a following out there. So it's always love out there for sure. So we're super excited to hit LA and Chicago as well, because Chicago does give us a lot of love always as well for sure. After playing Lollapalooza a couple of years back.
Lollapalooza, Real Fest, and we've had just one of our own shows over there, right?
We had one show over there, and then we opened up for one of our artist friends, Danny Lux, who's also a very talented artist. He had a couple shows in Chicago that we opened up for him as well.
And then even after Lala too, we opened up for the Sacred Souls, I believe.
That is true.
Which was crazy. It was like a Lala after party. So
Yeah.
they were super fire too.
Yeah. So I guess this festival thing, if you've played Lala, it's
Yeah.
you kind of get you're a little used to it.
For sure, yeah. Honestly, we've been super blessed of the opportunities that have came to us such early in our career. Now we're maybe 5 years-ish in, but a lot of these opportunities we were getting them maybe 2-3 years in. The first festival we played at, I think it was 2022, right? It was Ruido Fest in Chicago, which is kind of a smaller Latin festival, but it was still had some really cool people that we really look up to. Kelly Uchis performed, or no? Oh, actually no, she didn't. Cuco performed.
Yeah, okay.
Ed
Maverick, some of those artists, and then also in 2023 was crazy because that year Danny Lux, who we have a song with, he played Coachella, and he
Mm.
invited us to, because we have a song with him, to perform that song with him at Coachella weekend too. So the Coachella is one of, like, if not one of, like, it's really
Yeah.
iconic music festival. So
Well, of
going
course.
there, and then that year we also played at a really big music festival in Mexico City called Arre, with some of the biggest Mexican acts
For
in
sure.
music today. I don't know if I'm forgetting another festival, but Lala, Coachella, we were invited to by Danny.
The one last year.
Last year.
San Francisco. Well,
Oh yes, this one called La Onda in San Francisco, which is another like
Napa
Mexican
Valley.
festival. So we have our fair share of festivals that we've done.
So yeah, you've had a few under your belt then,
Uh-huh.
yes. But you're kind of bringing around to the hometown and
Yeah,
and like opening up for like like Passion Pit
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Beach Bunny. I'm a Beach Bunny fan, so like I've seen them in Chicago a few times. So
that's sick.
yeah, they're really really good. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have had the pleasure to like
I've
see them perform.
I can't say I'm too familiar with them, but like
Yeah.
I know like Passion Pit, like those songs. I remember
Yes.
being younger and like my sister
Yeah.
like more listening to that type of stuff, or just hearing it like on the radio and stuff. I can't say I'm too familiar with it, but like they look like veterans, and I'm sure they're gonna kill it. So it's super
Yeah.
cool to be, opening up for them there and stuff, and
Absolutely.
being including in a lineup with them is amazing.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, I guess we're gonna switch it up. So you talked about kind of like you touched on your creative process when you're introducing yourselves, that you're a songwriter and producer, but I'm sure you guys obviously help out.
Yeah.
But I guess just walk us through what exactly like is your step by step? Do you write lyrics first? Do you write the music first? Like what is like a driver for you as well?
Yeah, for sure. A driver for us definitely is like, listening. Obviously, we're all musicians and like super passionate musicians. We love other artists. So like I loved, and I know we all just love listening to like as much music as we can, different music to, gather ideas, and just
Yeah.
listening to some of our favorite music. Our music has definitely evolved from when we started up until now, but it was always just being curated to this point. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was being brewed from the beginning till now, because we started pretty young. And I feel like, now in these past couple years, we've been finally getting closer to what, we truly we want our sound to be. So it's just definitely being inspired by some of our favorite artists and stuff. So when we start a song, usually most of the time I start it with lyrics and a melody. It really, sometimes I'll finish a song and like writing it in like maybe, I don't know, a day, 30 minutes, but sometimes it'll take, a couple weeks and stuff. But yeah, usually it starts off with like some chords that I'll try to find that I'm really liking. And then once I catch a vibe to it, put lyrics and stuff and figure out where the creative direction is. And that's when we all kind of meet together and we're like, okay, this is the vibe. And then, we'll have Johnny put the bass, and Danny starts really, throwing in some keys in there or whatnot. And then also, a journey of a song is just as important from the beginning when the lyrics are being created to when it's being mixed and mastered, because it'll evolve completely. When Danny like mixes it for sure and it gets like mastered and stuff, it just becomes this full thing. So definitely lyrics, chords, and melody first, and creative direction. We push it, gets mixed and mastered. And then also a very important part after that is the visual direction of it, especially nowadays in the era of just like, technology and the internet. What's most important is because there's a lot of good music out there and people don't listen to the music because they failed to realize that you just really need to present it in the best way possible.
100%.
And that's something that, we've really have like noticed now in these past couple year or two. I've really gotten locked into like, because I've always been a really creative person. Like I studied graphic design in high school. I've always loved art and film and stuff. So I was just like one day, because I feel like our music wasn't being listened to as much as to its full potential. So I was like, what do we need to do? And I realized like I would see so many videos that I loved. And if I was just like, Juan, you know what you like seeing and you know what you like and you know you have good taste, just do it. And recently all our visuals have been really, really great. Working with some other fellow local like video people. Shout out to our boy Derek. Derek Hockemeyer, he's a really, really talented filmmaker. Working with him and also us just learning how to, create a good visual, creating a world in the song. You know what I mean? We're super inspired, and I personally am super inspired by artists like Tyler the Creator, who create a world. Like it doesn't just end at the song. Like the world is created. You need to create a vibe with the song, because there's so many songs that really just don't get listened to just because of the fact they just upload the song and the visuals maybe not the coolest. But like, I know when I see something, I'll hear a song that's cool, but if I like what I'm seeing, it's just as much like better and stuff.
People
so
definitely do judge a book by its cover,
for
unfortunately.
sure. No, for sure.
And it does feel whenever you have a complete thought, a cohesive, project altogether, it's really satisfying for the consumer and the listener and the viewer that like not only do you get a really great song, but you also get an entire experience with it.
Exactly.
And people are very visual, like as a majority. So having that as like, somebody to stare off into the distance to while they, listen to the song is like, that's a big deal too. I mean, album artwork is not a lost art, but it's a very nuanced art.
Yeah.
So I always appreciate a very good album art. Like you said, Tyler the Creator.
Yeah.
He's got some of the best cover art.
Yeah, and not even just that, just like also the videos, like the music videos, and also like our like content videos. Like now we're treating them, all the content videos have to be like just really good, because we're in an era where people are recording, taking a picture of everything and uploading it, especially on social media, Instagram, TikTok. There's so many things that are being scrolled.
Yeah.
So if you're just uploading something that's pretty mediocre and like a song, like most likely they're gonna skip it. But like I know personally, when I'm like seeing something and I'm like scrolling and I see something, I hear something cool and I see something cool, I'm immediately captured by that. So yeah, it's super important. Like the taste and just to create something, really cool and beautiful.
Even getting someone to stop for like a full second is like better than just scrolling past.
For sure.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
I wonder if like maybe getting signed helped you guys with a little bit of that push of visuals, or if that's something you were doing before you got signed, or maybe just the extra couple funding that you get with being signed to a record label can help you dedicate more time and more of your own resources into creating these visuals.
Yeah,
I guess if we can talk a little bit about that.
Definitely, the funding obviously gives you a lot of creative freedom, because if you don't know how to do the things, like at the beginning we were very young, and it's very expensive to get like really good visuals and stuff, and hiring people with great creative directions or whatever, or just something that you taste, like something that like your tastes mesh really well and stuff. So definitely having the funding and giving you that, like allowing you that creative freedom definitely helped. And also just the resources, the places where they can put you, where they can put you in, like in rooms to meet different people. A lot of
100%
super, super talented people, we're super thankful for.
Or even just
label.
traveling, like doing like a video that we would do here or something, but like in a complete different setting. Like let's say we went to Miami like 2 months ago. We went to Miami 2 months ago. We shot some like just videos to upload for like Instagram or something. Like if there was no funding for us to even go there, or like a reason to go, we wouldn't get like we'd get maybe the same. Just another video in a room or something.
Not to discourage people, but obviously it definitely helps having the funding and all that type of stuff. And just like I said, being in rooms with a whole bunch of talented people, it's super important being working with people that are way more talented than you, because then you just learn like so much more. It just allowed us to do that. I wish I know what I know now back then, but like I guess like your style just has to brew, you know what I mean? We were super young and stuff at the beginning, and we were like learning really what we wanted to do. But like now, I feel like we can make a great product without even having to pay anybody that much. Of course, we it's great that we do have that funding, so we can go, have that creative freedom and do something, with a higher budget. But now we can create a product ourselves, so it just works out completely. But at the beginning, obviously, you definitely like learn and stuff like that.
Or like even like 2 days ago, we shot some content, and it came out super. Juan like edited the video and stuff, and it just looked.
We shot it. It was like run and gun all over Fort Wayne. It was kind of like a little promo video for Middle Waves and stuff like that.
Yeah, leading up to like Headwaters Park, from like wherever
Yeah.
we were at or something.
Yeah, we were putting stickers everywhere and stuff like that. So it's super
I've
cool.
seen a few stickers around town, so I wonder if that was y'all.
Awesome. Yeah. That wasn't me. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it's vandalism or something, but I don't think that was us. It's on camera, so we're
Allegedly.
For legal
Allegedly.
purposes, this
Allegedly.
is a joke.
Allegedly. No, but yeah, having a label is definitely really great for not even just funding. Yeah, they like just putting you in rooms with people, like and
100%.
connections, and just
Yeah.
meeting a lot of really cool people to work with and stuff. We've met some really cool friends over the years and
The
stuff.
promotion
Like
is crazy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the first time that we all worked on something like La Canción, which is one of the first songs that we all worked on together. We released it, and then it ended up getting on Times Square, like on a billboard.
Yeah.
And it was
That's
just
dope.
the most insane thing that not only was just one crazy, but two inspiring us all. Like, hey, we can all do this, and it just takes us to put our minds together and create something beautiful that we all enjoy.
For sure. I guess I'm just very curious about like what led up to being signed by the record label as well, because like
Yeah.
Warner's kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not an indie label.
for sure.
So like what was that like? Did you have a song blow up? Did you have like one of your collaborations?
Yeah.
Just put you through the door, or like I guess talk about that.
Yeah, we definitely had a breakout single
Mm-hmm.
back in 2020 actually. So we first started the band a while ago in 2020, and at that time it was just me and Johnny. We were just like doing covers and stuff, and then we decided to do like a small EP that we dropped that year in 2020 during COVID that we recorded with very low production and very low budget on a Mac on probably GarageBand in his
Yeah.
It's
room.
garage, man.
As
Yeah.
a lot of really good projects start is on GarageBand.
No, for sure. Yeah, like we were talking before about having the funding stuff. I just want to preface and say, don't not be discouraged if you don't have a high budget. Like I now know I was just lazy and I sucked back then, and I just you should really learn like something that you're like super passionate about, like video and stuff. Like take the time like to learn it, because you can definitely do it yourself. Like you don't need a crazy budget or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to preface that. But at the time we didn't have no budget. It was just passion and a dream, and that was it. So we made that little very low production EP. But it did have some good songs in there that like you saw the spark of what this
About
could
potential.
be. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So we dropped that one in the fall of 2020, and it actually ended up getting on the Latin Apple charts. I think it hit maybe like 70 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like 45.
Something like that. But that was our first anything ever dropped on any platform. So for that to like get on some charts, we're like,
Yeah.
whoa, that's pretty crazy
Your
or
first
whatever.
ever project.
Yeah.
Is just bam.
That was
Yeah.
that. I remember like it was garnishing like a good amount of views and stuff. So that was that. Nothing really crazy happened yet. We were still building the what's it called? Our platform, and we were getting somewhat of an audience. It was growing. And so we were like, yeah, we got to keep doing this. It kind of gave us some motivation. That following like fall going into winter, we dropped this song at November. We dropped this song called Enamorado, which is a single. Dropped it, and then, yeah, we just kind of left it at that. I remember I got a little bit discouraged because when we dropped the following EP, I remember I uploaded some videos to TikTok, and they like kind of blew up. They were getting like 80K views or whatever. But when we dropped this single in November of 2020, I remember I uploaded like a little promo video, and it just got like 5,000 views, and they were like, okay, maybe this isn't the one. It's fine. Keep it moving. And then that following like winter is when we started working with Danny and at St. Francis, because he was like, we had what's it called? Met up again, because we knew each other since we were little, but we kind of met up again that summer. And he was like, hey, like, I've seen you and Johnny are doing your guys' thing. I'm actually studying music technology at St. Francis. It'd be cool if we like started working together, whatever. So we started doing that winter, visiting Danny in the studio, cooking up. When we noticed the song started to kind of like getting views, we got to 10K. Cool, left it out a week, come back 20, then just kept coming back 50, and then out of nowhere hit 100. And then going into 2021, it really, really took off, especially on TikTok is what helped. And then it ended up getting to 1 million. And now it sits at 50 million. It hit the other day. But ultimately, that single was the one that really brought eyes to that. We dropped an album with that single, which was also very low quality. I just want to like let people know, because like it doesn't need to be anything crazy. It was just all it needs is something special that somebody can catch up onto, and identify with and enjoy. And it was that special. And that's just what it takes. I feel like it's just like really hard work and passion. If that's there, and it's also just like a tiny bit of luck, because it just needs the ball to catch rolling in a world where like it's super saturated on the internet. That's why it's super important to just stay consistent and throw stuff out.
Yeah.
Because you never know when one thing is just gonna pop off.
Sure.
So that eventually ended up taking off, and we dropped an album that year, 2021, and that whole year, a whole bunch of offers started rolling in from different labels, like Mexican indie labels, major labels like Universal, Warner, and ultimately that whole year with having a whole bunch of meetings, different negotiations, whatever. Ultimately in 2022, we ended up signing with Warner Latin, and since then, it's been super great with them. It's been a great journey. That year, also 2022, is when we had already been working with Danny up until then, but like we made it official for him to join the group. During that time, and that's when this actual group basically started then. And since then, it's been a super wild journey, and it's a really great family at Warner. We really appreciate them very much, and it's been awesome.
For sure. Yeah. I guess what's next? Do you have more music coming?
Oh, yeah.
Like, is this toward, like, you're going to tease some new music? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you're at
teasing some
liberty,
new music.
No,
No, for sure. So for a while, I feel like it's been, like, people have been waiting for, like, somewhat of, like, shows and tour everywhere. Like, years prior, we would try or whatever, but finally, we're doing. This is the first time we do like a real tour. It's not as big, but we're finally doing dates and stuff. So we're finally get to do that. We're teasing new music for sure on there, but we're working on a new album now for sure. We're building that. Hopefully, the goal is to drop it this year, and yeah, it's super sick to just keep dropping really cool music for sure.
Do you have an album name? Can you tease it?
Not yet, but there's some really good music that we're cooking up.
That's great.
We'll definitely drop some singles, like maybe in the summer, and stuff like that. But we're gonna go to Chicago in a couple of weeks to meet up with some really talented friends of ours, to work on and songs for an album and stuff. So it's gonna be super sick. Whenever we have somewhat, right now we're really in the building process, but it's gonna be so awesome. This is gonna be our biggest and best album to date. Everything is gonna be great, from the visuals to the songs. It's gonna be amazing, and yeah, we really encourage people to come out tomorrow, hopefully, and just see what we've been cooking up, and just to see what we're gonna become. These past couple years, it's been a lot of brewing, and now the vision, I feel like it's honed down, and it's like. It's just like we're super locked in. That's super cheesy to say, but like really I'm just super hopeful.
Yeah.
Not hopeful. I see it. I don't want to say hopeful because it sounds like you don't see it and you're just wishing. No, I know what we will become, and we're just super excited for
and
the
our
future.
live shows are insane.
That's true.
That's why people are always like, when are you guys gonna play? When are you guys gonna play? Like, you just have to come out and check us out.
Yeah.
The confidence coming from you three about just your work and what you've done so far is just, it's like intoxicating.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you definitely should be proud of yourselves. And
Thank you.
for sure, I love Fort Wayne, don't get me wrong. I was born and raised here too, but there's only a handful of really cool stuff that comes out of here.
Yeah.
So just
For sure. I'm super prideful. I love Fort Wayne. I know we all do. And everywhere we go, I think that's what's cool about us, because we're in a lot of these crazy rooms, and like we're going to LA and stuff, or we're going to New York, and everybody's from like, oh, I'm from LA, I'm from Mexico, we're from Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I feel that's what's sick, because it makes people remember, like, oh, those are those kids, those Latin boys from Indiana. You know what I mean?
And it's dope because even those, like, the people from LA or New York or wherever, bro, I was like, where do you get your stuff at? Like, where do you get your microphones or something?
Yeah, like as if Sweetwater is
and by the way, the biggest music
retailer in the country.
Yeah. Yeah, that's us.
As if we're like both our school programs, aren't insane, state of the art cool stuff. Fort Wayne, I don't know if you've heard about this new music office that was announced yesterday, but the Fort Wayne Music Office, that literally like 24 hours ago was announced.
Oh my God.
They're trying to make our great city a music hub, a music destination.
Bring it on. Hit us up.
Yeah, right. Right. Well, like, you guys are a part of it with Middle Waves. You are one of the first steps,
Yeah, we will for sure always, that's our goal to, not necessarily like put on for the city, but like to really represent, especially being like, you know, like Latino kids, like immigrant kids. Like I'm grateful for Fort Wayne and the opportunities it's always given my family and the peace that I've always lived here. It's never been weird, especially in this day and age with all the bad stuff going on in the world. Fort Wayne has always, I know, given us a great home, and it's always been great. And I'm really prideful of Fort Wayne, and I really want the people to see like this, like we're a product of, you know, Latino American kids living in Fort Wayne, and what a great city we are, and how accepting Fort Wayne is, and it really, you know, brewed this cool like mix of art. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff. I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't want to be from, you know, California. I love California. I love LA. I love New York. But like, I'm super proud to be from here. Yeah. And I feel like it's created that like hunger, because being from the Midwest is like, you know, you don't hear a lot of people come out or whatever. On the Midwest. But like that's when some of the coolest people are from here. I know. And I just encourage people to really get out there, because a lot of us are like always like, oh, like growing up, like like we have dreams, but like we're from the Midwest, and you know, you're just like, but like no, like it's really possible, and yeah, I just encourage people to do it. I love Fort Wayne, and you know, representing representing Fort Wayne, and representing all of our cultures, like, you know, us being Mexican American, Danny being Guatemalan American, like it's just super sick, and we're super, you know, proud to put on for our city and for our cultures back home for our parents. For sure. I mean, I've got family members from Nashville, from, you know, love Nashville. Yeah, shout out Nashville. That's a great little place. From Chicago, from Florida, et cetera, and they're all like, Fort Wayne. I'm like, yeah, Fort Wayne. You know, like this is a great place to be, and there's like so much potential. Like I really hope that, you know, the government, what they're doing here with the music office, like it really helps. That's awesome.
It's really hidden on the map too. You got, I mean, there's so many, not even just with middle waves, but I mean with MC. I mean, there really are so many different things. I mean, and Grace were talking the other day about just creators in general and how much work you put in, and it's like, it's a lot, and I'm sure you guys have gone through that process time and time again. I feel like Midwesterners got to work a little bit harder to put themselves on the map, you know? Yeah. So, for sure. Any last thoughts before we kind of wrap it up, I guess? Well, thank you to, you know, all the support that we get, and all the hometown love too. If you guys didn't know who we are Los Aptos, and I would love for you guys to listen to our music, and know, I want everybody in Fort Wayne to know that Fort Wayne has a group out here that is very proudly representing Fort Wayne, and we're out here fighting and for our dreams and stuff. We're out here in LA, we're out here in New York, we're out here in rooms with a lot of really, really cool people, and we will for sure always represent Fort Wayne and our cultures too as well. And just to come check us out tomorrow. Come check us out tomorrow, and be on the lookout on our socials and all that for art. I think it's going to be a very beautiful thing, what we will become. I know what we'll become, and it'll be big, and it'll be super awesome to, you know, have our people, you know, behind our backs and stuff like that. 100%. Yeah. All right. Wrap it up. Cool. All right. Well, outro? Sure. Thank you everyone for joining Los Aptos here today, and check out Music Waves tomorrow. This is Beats of Fort Wayne.